Your attention, please. The Walt Disney World Railroad now arriving from a grand circle tour around the Magic Kingdom. All passengers stand by to board. Your attention, please. The Walt Disney World Railroad now boarding for a scenic trip around the Magic Kingdom with stops at Frontierland and Mickey's Toontown Fair. Board! Your attention, please. Last call for the Walt Disney World Railroad, now departing for a grand circle tour around the Magic Kingdom, with stops at Frontierland and Mickey's Toontown Fair. Last call. Board! Your attention, please. Last call for the Walt Disney World Railroad, now departing for a grand circle tour around the Magic Kingdom. Last call. Board! All aboard!
Howdy, folks. Welcome aboard the Walt Disney World Railroad. We're now beginning a grand circle tour around the Magic Kingdom with stops at Frontierland and Mickey's Toontown Fair. For your safety, please remain seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please, watch your children.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren. Y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
Uh-oh. Did you folks hear that? Hey, stop the music, fellas, so we can hear. Sounds to me like we're traveling through the wilds of Adventureland, where you just might run into a lot of savage critters out there, including lions and tigers and tiki birds. Everybody best be on the lookout. You never can tell when a man-eating lion or a train-chasing tiger might show up. Now we're entering Frontierland, home of Tom Sawyer Island, those silly singing country bears, and the wildest ride in the wilderness, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Just ahead is Splash Mountain, where every day is a zippity-doo-dah day. But don't be letting appearances fool you. This mountain is home to the highest, wettest, fastest waterfall in these parts. Why, folks come from miles around just to see if they're brave enough to try its 50-foot plunge. Folks, we're now arriving at Frontierland Station, gateway to the west. If you're getting off here, please stay seated till the train comes to a complete stop, and watch your step when you're getting off. For those of you continuing on with us, we'll be resuming our trip in just a moment. This is Frontierland Station.
Around the Magic Kingdom. Your attention, please. The Walt Disney World Railroad Now boarding for a scenic trip around the Magic Kingdom, with stops at Mickey's Toontown Fair and Main Street Station. Board! Your attention, please. Last call for the Walt Disney World Railroad. Now departing for a grand circle tour around the Magic Kingdom, with stops at Mickey's Toontown Fair and Main Street Station. Last call. Board! All aboard!
All right, we're on the rails again. Welcome aboard the Walt Disney World Railroad. To ensure a safe ride, remember to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please, watch your kids.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren. Y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
Right now, we're passing through the foothills of Big Thunder Mountain and the tiny town of Tumbleweed. Things just ain't been the same here since them spirits took over the mountain and spooked all the mine trains. We're entering the backwoods of Virginia now, home of Pocahontas and the Powhatan Indians. In fact, if you listen carefully, you can even hear the spirit of Pocahontas singing to John Smith.
Have you ever heard the wolf cry to the blue corn moon, or asked the grinning bobcat why he grinned? Can you sing with all the voices of the mountain? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind?
Much further west, and a few hundred years later, travelers like us find small tribes of Plains Indians camped out alongside the tracks. This tribe is a peaceful, friendly sort, willing to trade goods or offer a hearty meal to any weary traveler. By the way, you're traveling aboard one of 4 genuine steam-powered trains that ride these rails daily here at the Magic Kingdom. These iron horses are the descendants of the pioneers of the rail that crisscrossed our growing nation more than a century ago. Say, folks, what do you get when you cross Mickey's Toontown with a country fair? Why, you get Mickey's Toontown Fair, of course. Won't be long now, and we'll be arriving at the fair, our next stop on the Walt Disney World Railroad. Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy, and a whole bunch of their neighbors are there right now, having themselves a real blue ribbon day. You young'uns might want to take some time for a visit while you're there. That's Mickey's house just to the right of the station. And on up the road a bit is Minnie's house. Most days they keep the lights lit and the doors open just so you can drop by for a visit. Across the street is Donald's boat. It ain't much good for sailing, but it sure is a boatload of fun. And for a really fun time, you can fly with Goofy as he pilots his crop duster on the Barnstormer at Goofy's Wiseacre Farm. This here's also the station for...
All right, folks, please do me a favor and please remain seated until I give it all clear. We want to make sure this train has come to a full and complete stop, so for your safety, please stay seated until I give it all clear. Folks, we're coming into Mickey's Toontown Fair, home of Mickey and Minnie Mouse. This is also your access to Tomorrowland and Fantasyland. So if you're trying to go to Tomorrowland, Fantasyland, or Mickey's Toontown Fair, this is going to be your stop. Again, we're still rolling. I want you to stay seated until I give you all clear, folks. Hold on, we're going to roll back. There you go. Watch your step. You're welcome to Mickey's Toontown Fair.
The
Remember, this is also your access to Tomorrowland and Fantasyland, so if you want to head over to any of those areas, this is your stop. For those of you staying aboard with us, our next stop is going to be Main Street, USA.
All passengers, stand by to board. Your attention, please. The Walt Disney World Railroad now boarding for a scenic trip around the Magic Kingdom. Stopping at Main Street Station. Board. Your attention, please. Last call for the Walt Disney World Railroad, now departing for a Grand Circle tour around the Magic Kingdom. Stopping at Main Street Station. Last call. Board. All aboard.
For those of you who just joined us, welcome aboard the Walt Disney World Railroad. For your safety, be sure to stay seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please, watch your kids.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren. Y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
Folks, ahead of us lies the future. Well, I guess we all know that. What I mean to say is, we're heading into Tomorrowland, where everyday living is made better through science, invention, and intergalactic influence. That's right. I hear that alien beings from outer space drop in for a visit every now and again. In fact, that big contraption beyond the Tomorrowland Indy Speedway is what they call the Astro Orbiter, with some kind of newfangled flying spaceships. And you can ride them if you got the mind, and the nerve. In front of us is the Tomorrowland Transit Authority commuter system. The TTA, as it's called, carries Tomorrowlanders around town on a quiet super skyway. It's not as big and fancy as this here steam train, but as far as the future is concerned, it's right on track. To our left is Space Mountain, the most thrilling outer space adventure in these parts. At the exit to Space Mountain is the Tomorrowland Light and Power Company, home of the Tomorrowland Arcade. And if you're ready for real serious space games, don't miss Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin. Buzz needs all the volunteer rangers he can get to help him fight that pesky Emperor Zurg. But before you go to infinity and beyond, let's steam on to Main Street, USA, our next stop on the Walt Disney World Railroad. We're now arriving at Main Street Station. If you'll be leaving us here, stay in your seat till we come to a full stop. And remember to gather all your personal belongings, including the young'uns if you got any, and step carefully from the train. We surely hope you enjoyed your travels with us and that you'll come back and see us again real soon. For those of you traveling on, we'll be on our way again in just a few minutes. This is Main Street Station, Main Street, USA.
Your attention, please. Last call for the Walt Disney World Railroad, now departing for a Grand Circle tour around the Magic Kingdom, with stops at Frontierland and Mickey's Toontown Fair. Last call.